Hey Tyrone, I see that you're on right now. It looks just like a circle with TA in the middle.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, take your time. We've got 7 minutes. I like your shirt.
Thanks. Say.
To everyone who's joining, we're just going to get the presentation geared up here. Tyrone Alston will be our main presenter, but we're excited to dive in right after 1. So we'll be back in a few minutes as we get things situated. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We're going to wait a few more minutes and then we'll kick it off just after 1. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We're going to wait about 2 minutes and we will get started. Looking forward to starting the discussion. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I'm Stephanie Zimmerman with Farragut. And today, my colleague, Tyrone Alston, is going to be demonstrating a few of our tailored property tax solutions. Essentially, at Farragut, we do a lot of customized solutions in the property tax space, whether it's a mass appraisal through CAMA data, billing and collections, or our newest products, ARIS Analytics, which stacks on top of any CAMA or existing data product that you currently have. We are always looking to innovate and partner with such innovators to bring forward new solutions that save you time, save you money, and ultimately bring you the best results for your constituents. So we're excited to dive in. I'll pop some poll questions on throughout the presentation. We definitely want it to be a conversation. So if you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. We'll be monitoring that throughout the presentation. And then, of course, you'll get a copy of this recording afterwards, but you can always send us an email or we can schedule a follow-up if you want more information. So with that, I'll hand it over to Tyrone to get started today.
All right. Thanks, Stephanie. Hey, everyone. Let me make sure these are on. One second. I apologize. Okay. Hey, everyone. So as Stephanie mentioned, we're part of Farragut Systems. And so our agenda today, I'll give you a little background about myself, who Farragut is, and hopefully show you two solutions. We'll focus in on two solutions regarding our CAMA product and a new product that we just launched called Aris Analytics. And then we'll go into some Q&A near the end. But we want this to be more of a conversation around analytics, data analytics, and how Farragut can innovate with you all today. So a little bit about myself. I'm a product owner here at Farragut Systems. I've been here about 9 years, started out in the QA world, and then moved up the ranks to BA and now product owner. I partner with multiple jurisdictions and most of our clients to enhance our products and develop over 100 plus enhancements. And just a little side note, I love all things outdoors. So whether it's going out running, fishing, hiking, you'll catch me outside if I'm not tucked away behind a computer. And I also enjoy a little bit about cooking. So if you have any good recipes, put them in the chat. I'll love to take a look at them afterwards. So who is Farragut? So we're located in Durham, North Carolina. That's where our headquarters are. And we've been providing property tax solutions for the last 30 years, from some of the smallest jurisdictions with less than 10,000 parcels to some of the larger ones with over 200 to 300,000 parcels and assessments. And we provide a full range of products and solutions, ranging from your property assessment, your CAMA systems, all the way to getting your bills and collecting on those taxes. We're getting into the analytics space, seeing that that's the approach, and that's where the need is regarding property assessment. We're an employee-owned company, meaning we don't have any outside investments. Investors, all of our enhancements and changes are funded internally through our employees. And we're also a Microsoft Gold partner. So we've collaborated with Microsoft, and we go through their strenuous recertification program every year. So we're invested in both our jurisdictions and as well as our development processes, to making sure we're staying ahead of a curve and innovating when possible. Outside of the property tax world, we do build out vehicle tax systems. So currently in North Carolina, all 100 counties are using our vehicle tax statewide system, as well as we do some reappraisal consultant services, helping jurisdictions just manage their reappraisal, whether that be through just one-on-one consulting or building out those solutions to help them manage a third-party reappraisal, like measure and list service. And a side niche is, so we have another division that focuses mainly on the work comp sector. So we're in multiple realms and provided multiple services throughout the United States. So for today, our main two focuses, the two things I'll show you all today will be related to our CAMA, Aris CAMA product, which is a computer-assisted mass appraisal program, as well as our Aris Analytics services. Start with this, just a quick overview video, and then we'll dive right into some specifics of the the software, and I'll show you that.
Searching for a modernized and tailor-made property appraisal software with seamless integration with third-party systems? CAMA is a property tax solution built to help assessors and counties with mass appraisal and reappraisal for real and personal property. In CAMA, parcels are managed in terms of valuation, deferrals, exemptions, sales, and mapping changes. CAMA also offers a work center that contains all the work types and the parcels that need processing. CAMA is built with enterprise technology and management capabilities that support the automation of workflows, user management, batch management, market area management, and building management. CAMA is also equipped with a powerful query tool for on-the-fly reporting based on market areas or parcel buildings. To learn more about CAMA or to book a free consultation, visit www.farragut.com.
And so our camera system, before we dive in, we do partner with and have integrations to multiple systems. So not only our CAMA, for sketching, we have inbuilt sketching tools, but we also have capability to integrate with Apex Sketch, as well as some other vendors. We have capability to integrate with your local deed and permitting services, whether that be your register deeds or clerk records. We have a tool to integrate those deeds and push that information straight into our CAMA system, as well as permits. Makes it easier for workflow. We have in addition to just interdepartmental systems, we have outside capability to integrate with Pictometry or Eagle View, as well as mobile assessor built by Data Cloud Solutions, and CoreLogic. We're using if you want that integration, we can use the Martian Swift online valuation to help value your commercial property. So let's just dive right into the CAMA solution. And feel free, as Stephanie said earlier, to pop any questions in the chat, and we'll take care of those during this presentation. So here is our homepage. So it is a web-based. Our CAMA solution is a web-based solution, which can be available both in the cloud or on-prem services. So if you're a jurisdiction that would like to install it within your networks, we do have that capability, or we can host it in the cloud. Here, our homepage is what we're calling local gov services. So this handles all your user account management for all of the products underneath the ARIS umbrella. And so we have the capability to integrate both with your CAMA system as well as business personal property. And in this demo, there's no billing and collections. But if there was, there would be another option here for the billing and collection service. And all of your users and all the access rights and roles are managed under one user management screen and service. So you have control if you're fully integrated, meaning your collections and assessment departments in one. You have the capability to manage all of those access rights and roles under one umbrella, or if in some jurisdictions it's separate, so the sheriff or another entity collects and bills the property, you have that freedom as well to just purchase the assessment piece, and no need to have those modules of billing and collection modules. So let's dive into CAMA. We have the capability to integrate with your Windows authentication, as well as multi-factor authentication if you go to the cloud. Right now, just this demo environment, it's just your standard. So as you log in, you're navigating to just the overall advanced search screen. And here we have the option to search all parcels in your system based on certain criteria, with some defaults already pre-selected for the end user. Read, which is AKA your parcel number. During our migration services, we offer the ability to map maybe old numbers to the program, and you'll have that ability to search through that number as well. And then the freedom to search by things like owner name, physical address, the property description as well. I'm gonna go here. So once I've selected a parcel or navigate to a parcel here, this is what we call our parcel summary screen. And here is where most of your information lies. Just a high level overview of the data on related to this assessment. You can get a quick view of who owns the property, where it's located, quick description, as well as the property values split up under the cost approach. And if this particular assessment had multiple approaches to value, whether it be income or sales comparison approach, those values would display underneath here, this underneath your miscellaneous improved, and you have the option to choose whether to value by income or sales comparison. So right now we're just using the cost approach on this particular assessment. And then underneath you have just a quick view of some more details. So you had the quick navigation to the owner here, as well as just a little bit more information about the owner related to the deed and documents that are related to that owner. On the side panel here, gives me an idea, gives the appraiser an idea of what work items are associated with this particular parcel. So work items are things that have happened on the parcel or things that need to be changed, that the appraiser knows. So here we have a sales work item. I'll dive a little bit deeper into what we call work center, which kind of manages all those work items. If you see here, I can see I have an open cell work queue item on here, meaning that this particular parcel has had a transfer, ownership transfer occur, and the sale related to that transfer hasn't been processed yet. So that's what this work item is here. And then also here you have the just the primary building. I mean the primary, basically the primary building's photo. Just give the appraiser a quick view of what that particular parcel looks like. If you notice, the color of the screen is green here. So this is on purpose. Our system is a perpetual system, meaning there is no need. You can work both your current and reappraisal records at the same time. So both your current, what we call effective dates, and reappraisal data is stored in the same database, and changes from your current automatically flow to your reappraisal data. So right now, this particular demo, county is currently in their reappraisal. So that's why we navigated straight to this green screen here. But as you can see, I've had additional dates in this drop down here. And so these are what we call effective dates. And this signifies any change in value to this assessment. And based on where this effective date is, it'll change colors, meaning red is prior, blue is current, green is reappraisal, and then we have another color related to sales. So on this here, you can just get a quick view of how many times this parcel has changed color, basically changed values. And for every reappraisal cycle, you'll have at least one date to memorialize the change in your schedule. But if any change, any property values or property data, it doesn't change value, there's no need to have a different effective date for that parcel. So, for example, if this parcel, once they're done with their reappraisal, doesn't change value again until nothing happens on the parcel, meaning no landline changes or building value changes, this 1/2/2023 effective date will stay until their next reappraisal. So if you look here, let's go into Work Center. So Work Center, as I mentioned, is the place where most of your time will be spent in terms of an appraiser working through the system. So Work Center is basically a queue of all of the open work for a given year 4 that's assigned to an appraiser or data entry. And we have different work types depending on where you are. So things from property change work items to property review to new and incomplete construction, sales, multi-sales, value review, any mapping change, meaning a split combine or annexations or ad hoc changes in GIS would be considered, would go into a work item as well. And all these work items are put into this queue and assigned, either auto-assigned based on the market area that the parcel is delineated into, or assigned based on the work type. So right now, my user is called RevTech, so I can. This is all my work underneath these work types for the year 2024 that I've pinned as my default filter here. So you see here, I have 11 work items I'll need to complete. And you can see you have some options to sort and filter these work items accordingly. So as an appraiser works, makes changes to the structure based on the information for this work item. Once they're done, they would come back here and mark those as either completed or reassign those to someone else to move on within the process. And like I said, these are both, everything flows through here. So as I mentioned earlier, that integration with your deed, with your either clerk of court or register of deeds, to get those deed transactions in, would come through Work Center as a deed work item, and that assignment will still happen here for someone to process that deed work, whether it be a transfer or a split combine through the system. Inside the system, just high level, go over some other features. So under workflow, you have the option to see your Work Center, create new work types, as well as bulk. So if you had, an example would be if I had a neighborhood that I know I needed to just go out and do some work on that, those assessments all in one neighborhood, I could load either an Excel sheet or just had the list of parcels, export the list of parcels out related to that neighborhood, and bulk create some work items related to property change or property review work items for my appraisers to go out and review. And then we have the ability to upload and some other items in mass, whether it be photos taken in the field or attachments that you want to upload to multiple parcels at once. You have that freedom and capability. If you see here, this create split combined transaction, normally most of our counties have what we call parcel sync, which is a integration within ArcGIS that as you process your splits and combines in the mapping, that tool integrates into our CAMA system. So as soon as they're done mapping the change, that tool will push those new parcels and automatically create either a split or combined work item within the system. So both the mapping and your CAMA system could be fully integrated. So any change you make on the map would automatically integrate into your CAMA system. But if the county decided not to have that integration, this create split combined transaction, it's just another way to manually do that within the system. Create those new parcels manually without that mapping integration. Our app comes with some inbuilt reports, whether it be a sales ratio report and some standard list of reports. I'll share. So the sales ratio report, you have the freedom to basically look at all your sales within either your county or jurisdiction one or a particular market area. And run a sales ratio report for all of those sales that are within that market area or that entire jurisdiction. You can filter those sales based on certain parameters, whether it be the building value, the land value, whether it's a vacant sale or not, whether it has a disqualification code. So this is, as you saw on the effective dates, that S1, that is for only qualified sales. So sales that you're deeming qualified for the sales ratio approach, and that you want to use to identify your market values for your next reappraisal. But if for some instance you had some sales that you've marked as disqualified, you can include those in the sales ratio study that you're running. So we also have the option. So as I said, it's perpetual, meaning once you start a reappraisal, you continue. You can start your reappraisal as soon as you finish. So this reappraisal tab here gives you the freedom to go ahead and upload and insert your schedules, start basically tweaking your schedules as soon as you, for your next reappraisal, as soon as you finish the other, as well as view the schedule from your prior reappraisal. So we have just a SOV, what we call schedule values, export and import functionality. You can import comparable market areas related in import market area data, as well as just see an overall view of how your reappraisal, what process have you made within the reappraisal, whether you've recreated all your schedules for the next year, how many parcels automatically have a reappraisal record, and things like that. In terms of configurations, we have both market areas management, user management. As you see here, You can manage your street, what we call street dictionary, and zoning, all within the CAMA system. And under user management, this is where I was talking earlier about this gives the ability to have all the users' rights and roles defined within the system. And so you can create roles within this application. So if you had an appraiser 1 versus an appraiser 2, should have different access, meaning they can view certain things, delete certain things, edit certain things. All that is available underneath the roles and rights screen, as well as you can search and update users, add new users, disable accounts, all within this application. Maintain batch jobs are basically you can schedule. You have the freedom to schedule batch processing jobs. So whether that be things like printing notices, your value notices, to printing sales verification letters from the system, as well as just revaluing market areas in mass. That's all taken care of through this maintain batch job. And that can be set up here to run periodically. So there's a calendar available. I'll put this up for you, where you can schedule these jobs to run. And maybe having some technical difficulty here. I saw. Okay. It's a little slow, but this is, I'll just go back as that's loading over there. This is those roles. So if you see here, this particular county, this demo environment has multiple roles, and these can be all assigned to certain users. And so as I mentioned, the batch management process is, so you have these batch processes that you can schedule to run periodically, whether it be exporting data out for your public web, your public websites, versus that permit interface, so loading those new permits from your planning departments to integrate into the system. So that's all handled through this batch management process. I'll show you a couple more things, and then we'll go into AIRS Analytics. So right here, one key feature about AIRS CAMA is, so not only those effective dates, but also the ability to customize and value property on the fly. So one thing is what we have a feature called What If. So any changes you make to a property, where there's changing things like the building use, I can what if and in an instant see the impact of those value changes, what they would have to the particular market value, as well as soon as I save, this parcel has been revalued, and that new value is automatic. So there's no need to make your changes and have valuation run at night or anything like that. As soon as you save your changes, that valuation is done, and your values are recalculated. And that's applicable for all property, land, residential, commercial buildings. And then you have the ability to integrate with Apex Sketch as well. So any changes you make to the sketch in Apex would flow over into the system automatically and update this addition sketch screen here. And update the parameters. So if I change this area to 2,700 square feet in Apex, save changes, it will flow here and update both the living area and all the values related to that square foot change. Any questions so far? Stephanie, do you have any questions in the chat? before we move on?
No questions in the chat, but looking forward to the next section, and I'll start posting some poll questions for our audience members.
All right, perfect. So, as I mentioned, we have that CAMA system provides some robust functionality. What we saw a need within the marketplace for data analytics for the assessor, giving the power of data analytics to the assessment office, to the tax office. And so we've developed a program where we can innovate with the and consult with the assessment office, with your office, to build out whether it be data visualizations and dashboards, to applications, smart apps, and co-pilots that are tailored to your office needs. So we've built out a platform called Aris Analytics, where these data visuals, these co-pilots, what we're calling property tax co-pilots and smart assistants, are available to be deployed and integrated with your, either if you're one of our CAMA users with our data warehouse, or if you're not one of our CAMA users, we could work to basically get certain data that you're needing in that visual to populate and run those analytics on. So I'll share another quick video of just a high-level overview of Aris Analytics, and then we'll dive in real quickly.
Looking to save countless hours and money on intuitive, customized property tax solutions? Meet Aris Analytics, a software application that combines existing CAMA data, brings the data to life with visual analytics, and can bring in third-party data to validate, approve, and transform the world of property tax. The faster and more productive analytics platform that transforms property data into robust dashboards and streamlines the reappraisal process. Our tailored fit solutions and data engineers will help you access, customize, and gather data that is ready for analysis. To learn more about Aris Analytics or to book a free consultation, visit www.farragut.com.
I'll give you one. We'll start out. So we built out this platform, and one recent example of a use case that we've noticed is we had one client who basically had a need to visualize and see where they were within their reappraisal process, as well as how equitable were their values across their neighborhoods. So I'll show you one example of what we collaborated with them to build in terms of a dashboard or a report, and give some insights regarding how that process went and what happened there. So here's just our platform, and I'll have two views here. So I'll switch. As you log in, this is a web-based platform, and this is all based in the cloud. So all your data, the data is stored in the cloud, as well as the application development is all backed underneath the Microsoft Azure services. So the premise here is we would get data from, whether that be your CAMA, some form of assessment data, like building values, sales, that type of data. Mostly public data you're already showing to the public. We would have some type of access and pull for that data, and place that on this platform, and then run these analytics and build out these dashboards accordingly to your specs. So this platform does have some it's now considered basic security features, meaning multi-factor authentication. And I'm just going to show you a little bit what that looks like here, as well as it's secure data transit. So we're not exposing any personal, meaning social securities, anything like that, on this platform, and there would be no need to have that any of that data on this platform, because all we're looking at here is mostly your building sales and land data. So I'll show. So with the multi-factor, you have the option currently to whether use a text message to get an access code, or email to get your one-time use code. And I'll just load. I have another site loaded already. So once you've logged in, you'll see this is just an overview of what applications and data visuals that you may have already purchased from us. So with that, as we work with you to define whatever data visuals you would like, or whether new applications you would like to use for your data, that would manage what capabilities you would see here, whether that's 4 or 5 dashboards or three applications here. This platform does give the freedom to give access, so you have control to who accesses the platform and what they see. So there's a user management piece as well built into this platform, and you can decide what data insights or applications would be visible to that particular user. So this is very valuable for if you wanted some third party entity or outside source to have their own custom dashboard, whether it's something like the planning department, or maybe if you're not with your collections department, but maybe your collections department to see certain data visuals, you can give them access to only those visuals or applications. So high level, as I logged in, you can see the last time the data was synced for this particular county, and what was the status of that sync. And on the side panel here, you have similar options of, we can view what visuals, data insights I have available, and what applications. So as I mentioned a little bit earlier, one use case was this one county wanted to understand how their reappraisal was going, whether they were progressing as efficiently and smoothly as they wanted to. So they partnered with us to build out this particular data insights reports. So there's a lot of information here, and I'll just be brief and high level. But with the platform and with the data they provided, we were able to build out these particular dashboards related to reappraisal progress. So here they're tracking things by market areas, or for some jurisdictions called neighborhoods, and they can quickly see how many market areas have they locked, which are worked, versus how many they still have to work for their reappraisal. They can look at this based on their priority and status of those market areas, whether they are high and low. And all of this is powered by Power BI, is what this application underneath is. So one benefit of this platform is the county didn't have to go out and purchase a Power BI license for every user they wanted to have access to these dashboards. By having it integrated and having it on this Ares Analytics platform, there was no need for them to do that. And they can still provide access to these dashboards that are updated currently nightly, but they're looking to update them every basically couple of hours in the near future. And that's all possible because we have our data syncing process is transactional, meaning it only updates the ones that have changed, any data that's changed since the last time you refresh. So we're not doing a full data dump every time, if we can. But depending on their circumstances, even if we had to do a full dump, it shouldn't take no longer. You probably could still do that transaction at least twice a day, depending on how much data you're needing on the platform and what type of visuals you would have. So right now they can. So outside of the reappraisal status, they were looking at how the sales were progressing. So with this functionality, they can quickly see, based on the number of stories a particular building has, or even the grade of a structure of the building, they can see how the sales are trending throughout their county or jurisdiction. And that kind of helped them, give them guidance on where the market was going, and whether or not they needed to review those sales within those parameters. So one was tracking of the reappraisal, getting an idea of where they were. The other piece that they wanted to solve was how equitable were their assessments, meaning if they had sales within a market area, how are they reassessing these sales? Where are they reassessing these sales accordingly and equitable across the market area? So one thing we worked with them to design was similar dashboard here, where they can quickly see across multiple, at a countywide and then across multiple market areas, their sales ratio, their median sales ratios across the market area, given certain parameters. So looking at not only just all the sales in the market area, but how does that sales ratio line up against parcels that, whether they had a basement or not, versus one story, multi-story, and with a garage or no garage, to see how equitable those sales were across that market area. And the benefit of using this technology was we didn't have to go within the application and build out special tool to say, all right, give me all the sales with the basement and build out another report. You could quickly use the data that they had, and using our services, build out this within Power BI and deploy this within a matter of 30 days. All of these dashboards you're seeing here. So that saved on one time to market, meaning they could have access to this data quickly, as well as cost. They didn't have to go in and make a change to the application, their CAMA application. All they needed to do was analyze the data that was coming out of it. So having access to this platform provided them both that efficiency, and they can quickly view this dashboard on a regular basis as they're working their market areas within the CAMA system. And I see, have we sent out any polls yet?
We have. So I will say the first poll, let me publish both of them here. The first poll, look at the list here, is which data analytics software tools are you currently using, if any? 75% of the audience said Microsoft Excel, 25% said other. So that's really great insight and explains a lot of the interest in this specific demo of Arist Analytics and how that works as a service.
Yeah.
And then the other poll is, what specific data analytics challenges are you looking to address with new software? The first response came back with 2/3 of the audience saying data visualization and reporting, and 1/3 said other.
That's perfect. So, like I said, so this tool, this platform gives you that freedom. So you technically don't have to rely on those Excel sheets. You have this visualization within this platform and within these dashboards that we can create for you. So yeah, that's good to hear. So going forward, this is just more details about how this is broken down, and so they can, like I said, similar to the other dashboards, all of this is on the fly, so they can visualize and filter based on certain parameters here. Right now, saying appraiser, give me only the market areas that they're assigned to, and they can quickly see how they're stacking up regarding their sales ratios and where they are. But this is, the technology is here, and we have the capabilities to build these things for any of our clients and future clients who would like to advance and be more, I'll say, data driven and data efficient. So I think we're got about 10 minutes here. So Stephanie, I want to leave some room for questions.
Yeah, that's great. No, thank you, Tyrone. That was awesome. If you all see the Q&A tab on your screen, you're welcome to add questions there. I'm going to put my email in here. So if you have questions for Tyrone or I, we're happy to follow up afterwards. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now. But long story short, the benefit of something like Aris Analytics is that it stacks directly with whatever CAMA system you currently have in place. And we're able to draw out visualization and insights from that current data. We're also able to bring in third-party data if that's something that you're interested in looking at. I know Tyrone covered a lot of this, but right now we're doing a lot of different pilot projects with various counties throughout the United States to really see, okay, what is your number one goal? And as we have these conversations, which are just free brainstorming sessions with our software developers and tax experts, we're saying, okay, this might be your number one challenge, but this visualization will also solve this, and that. So we're able to really do a lot with a little bit of data to really bring that to life and make it easier to make a quick decision that's data driven and brings more certainty to your results and to your reappraisals and to questions that the taxpayers in your area might have.
Yep.
I'll stop talking because I like to fill dead space. So
No, you're good.
We appreciate everyone for joining today and for participating in the poll questions. We will be at NCAAO next week in Wilmington. So if you're around, please stop by, say hello. We're going to be doing brainstorming sessions at the conference. So we're happy to schedule those as well if you wanted to stop by and say, hey, I've got this burning problem right now. What do you think? And we're happy to sort of walk through those solutions with you. Our Vice President of Innovation and others will be there. So we're excited to meet with you all face to face if you're going to be in town. All right, we can give you guys a few minutes back in your day, but thank you for joining us. You'll get a copy at the end of this webinar, and feel free to reach out at any point.
All right. Thanks, Stephanie.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you all.
Bye, everyone.